hello! How's it going? Happy Saturday, everybody! Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the cafe. Uh-oh. Camera, did you crash? Oh, no, we're good. We're good. It's working. Good. We're fine. Welcome back. Happy Saturday, everybody. You guys are having a great week. Great start to your weekend. You have, as you can see... Huh? Ooh, there we go. New stream layout. And this is the alternate background to the one that I was using on Thursday for Variety Night. This way, I don't have to worry about blocking stuff on the screen of the game, eh? Right? Yeah? Not that I mind, like, I do like a full screen game, for real, but it also makes things... should we... No, if we... I have my cosplay hanging on the side here and messing stuff, so let me just fix that real quick. There we go. I don't know if I need a camera frame or not. I'm still thinking about it. This is really a work in progress kind of new layout situation here we have going. Maybe we'll play with it a little bit. Might see some changes, but yeah, this is what we're thinking of. Try things out and how it goes. But anyway, let's play the video game. Do that. All right. Okay. All right. Into Spotify. Did I stop it? Nope, I didn't. Lied to me. Okay. Into the video game. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where we left off. Our friend Gina Lestrade, the thief who we met during our case with Magnus McGilded. That was case 3, but our first case in London? We had our case in Japan, and then we had the case on the boat that was all investigation. And then our first real case in London, and then the thing with Natsume Soseki Natsume. We're here. Now we're here. Gina Lestrade is back. Told us about some stuff that happened when she encountered Mr. Magnus McGilded. Things she was supposed to say, was told to say, and told not to say. So, you know, definitely proves your Ryonosuke's thoughts that there was something... Yeah, he won the case, but he didn't think it was justified. Questions. Yeah, that happened. And now she's being accused of murder because we are here and those redeems just destroyed my train of thought. Oh, we're here and the shopkeep for this pawnbrokery, he dead. And he found in a locked room dead with Gina. So, you know, not looking so good. But we know that she's just a harmless murderer, not a... I mean, a harmless thief, not a murderer. Wow, I got that backwards so badly. My bad. Alright, what is... What are all these redeems here? We have... Okay, let's take a look. Posture check? Alright, we could do that. We could do that one. We can sit up straight. There's nothing to save right now, so we're not gonna save. I will hydrate. Let's do that. Hydrating. Okay, and then Pato the Kato, there's no Kato to Pato, so we're gonna refund that one. Well, hey, 21 Snakes, how's it going? It's been a while. How are you doing? Right, we're continuing. We're doing the we're on Case 5. Oh, wait, we're not done investigating. I thought it was courthouse time, but I was wrong. We're still investigating. I forgot we have to actually go into the scene of the crime. That's right, I totally forgot. My bad. All right, let's go. You've been busy with school, but you're out for the summer. Yay! Congratulations! School can be hard, especially the last few weeks before a break. Oof. Gotta do a bunch of studying. It wipes you out. I've been good. we're experimenting with some new stuff on the stream, getting ready for some exciting things coming up in the next couple months, because next month I think is when the 24 subs start happening, so that's, you know, 2 years, pretty exciting. Month after that is our actual got something. I'm having a good time, like, but also in July, I think the 8th we won't be here, and then the last weekend of July I'll be at it. But yeah, exciting things. School went well. Hope you did well on your, I assume you had finals. I hope the finals went well. Alright. 16th of April, 1:26 p.m. Windpink's Pawnbrokery. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Now to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. Did I see that the, oh god, yes, the Apollo Justice Trilogy ports were announced, and I was just like, I'm really mad about this because I already went out of my way to figure out how to use BlueStacks so we could play this. But I appreciate that they're coming out on Steam. I'm just mad that it was, like, very late. Like, why? Why couldn't you do this sooner? Also, why can't we... I would trade that if we could just get the Ace Attorney Investigations 2 ported officially. I wouldn't have to, like, put that in my back burner plate to, like, look into doing fan translations later. Like, having to track down a copy so we can stream it. Anyway, like, can we just bring that over? Please, please, Capcom, please. Alright, anyway. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? What is it now? You should go home and get some rest.
Here you are, Gregsy. Ah! Here are the representation papers.
Your ladyship! Whoa! I don't believe it! How the devil did you get that stubborn little ragamash to sign that? I salute you. That is good work, that is.
I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue.
When in doubt, pinky out.
Ah, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes, yes, I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship.
Would it be alright if we investigate the scene of the crime then?
Do as you please. Know what happened? To that door behind the counter.
Yes, the storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Windibank and Gina.
Right, well, I'll be getting back to business then.
Will you be investigating in the storeroom as well, Inspector?
I'm perfectly honest. We need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. There are so many articles to go through, it's taking forever. Even with the lads working around the clock.
I still love how the man just carries chips with him the entire time. It brings me joy. Just like, you have such an obsession with chips. And I understand. Fried potatoes are delicious. I respect it. Aggressively munching chips, yep. Also, that's a cute dog.
It is a problem, because there's another case the Yard needs to investigate urgently.
That must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before. I feel like whatever this case is gonna come back and, like, you know, rear its ugly head at us later.
What I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine.
Come then, let us not waste any time.
Can I look around here first, though? Can I talk to the bobbies? Oh, wait, can we look at this?
That's a music box. Do you have them where you come from, Bruno?
Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this in Japan.
Oh well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound?
A beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks.
Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell Gregsy to have a word.
Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. He's got all the power. Look at this desk here. There's the article ledger here and Mr. Winnebank's notes and... Huh? Is that a cat? That's a cute cat. What's this? It looks as though someone has left a little photographic print behind.
Oh, look at the back. Some writing. Is there? Ooh, show us, Susie, show us. February, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited one gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid £1. Redemption deadline, 15th of April, 10:30 p.m.
Gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1? Clearly it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think...
Yes, this must be the ticket for the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday.
Hold on, don't we have another one? It's also on a photo of a cat. And this one is for a small box of worth 10 shillings. This is from the 13th of April. And is still wearing, which belonged to Mr. McGilded. I never have expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though. Yeah, I thought the first time was just a coincidence, but now I'm like, this seems to be intentional.
It seems Mr. Windebank just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have in hand.
But why 2 photographs of the cat? But this photograph of a cat looks very familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, we have another one. I've seen this exact same picture somewhere else recently. This one looks a little older, though. An adorable little cat. I think it looks a little like Wagahai. I just thought the cats like to curl up inside under the heated kotatsu blanket. British cats are different. So cute.
Oh, yes, you're right. Very recently. Same as the one Ginny gave us earlier.
Of course! I was forgetting that she gave us that print. No, we weren't. Yunosuke, come on, get your shit together.
Well, what are you waiting for then, Mr. Naruhodo? Get it out!
Alright, let the cogs turn. Ew!
Yes, they are exactly the same.
Not exactly, but pretty close. I mean, the cats are kind of facing a different direction. Like, I feel like this one is like looking a little, just very slightly a little more off to the side, and this one is like, you know, straight ahead. That's what it seems like. I don't know, maybe it's just the angle that I'm sitting.
I've got it! These 2 photographs hide an amazing secret.
Secret? What does she mean?
Must tell us, Iris, at once. Do you really want to know?
Yes, I do. Yes, we need you to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. After I finish snooping around. The ledger that's open on the counter there really is enormous, isn't it? Must be an awful lot of work to keep track of all those hundreds of items in pawn.
It's too much to think about. Better to sell it all and have a clear head, if you ask me.
But clearly Mr. Windebank was very careful when it came to articles in his care. That's the door we gotta go in.
Hold up. Camera, can you stop messing with air? Make a decision. Alright.
These shelves are where the pawnbroker puts articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy.
Yes, it's a really strange miscellany, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example?
Well, sometimes you can find some real treasures among all the junk, you know,
Like, Holmes's Stradivarius? I mean, Sholmes.
Are you alright, Bruno?
Oh, it's just... Well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole, but you pick out individual things. Can't help wishing you owned them. That horse statue. Are you secretly a hoarder?
Exactly how the pawnbroker works. They're very clever.
This is that strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things as if they're right in front of your eyes. Makes you think. Mr. Sholmes gleefully showed it to us yesterday? We're blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. Oh, I can finally look at this calendar. Look here!
Oh yes, a bullet hole. But I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall.
Okay, theory crafting time. I suspect that Mr. Windibank got shot up here and then ran downstairs with Gina to, like, try to keep her safe. And then, you know, he collapsed and died there. That would be my guess. Presumably, Mr. Windibank wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time.
Ah, well... Mr. Sholmes likes to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. Very patriotic like that.
Sorry?
It's all there in The Adventure of Herlock Sholmes, you know. Isn't that right, Iris? Did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps. In jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime.
Doesn't do it often. He shouldn't even have done it once!
Forget that for now, Bruno. Let's examine this bullet.
Just brush it off like nothing happened. What's that around the bullet hole? Is it... what? Huh, suspicious red stain on the calendar. I think it is.
Aha! I may well be able to help with that.
What?
Nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Bruno?
I don't... No, not for normal people. I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you, Iris.
Afraid the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. There you have it, you see. When it comes to blood, we're all different types.
Yes, but a scientific observation.
So you need this.
Oh no, what is that scary-looking thing?
Riley and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does.
Am I gonna name it for you? Can I name it for you? May I have the naming privileges?
Watch!
Not just your smoke. Oh! Oh, the color of the bloodstain has changed.
There! Does it make sense now?
No. What does it do? What are you checking for with this? What kind of mad science are we doing? Yes, I think I'm starting to understand. I'm not.
Good. It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see.
Okay, is this checking for blood type?
Yes, how beautiful!
I don't know how that works though. I'm not a biology person, so I have no idea.
Chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes it change color. you can identify whose blood it is that you're looking at. The Flash. Oh, what a fabulous invention, Iris. Isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Ginny would say it's bleeding great.
So, whose blood are we looking at then? I have nothing to compare this to.
Well, all the chemical does is turn the blood a different color, so... just find someone whose blood turns the same color and you'll know who it belongs to. In a flash.
Oh. More like 2 flashes, really, isn't it?
One flash or two, this could well turn out to be a very valuable clue. We must make a note of it in the court record.
Blood sample has been entered into the court record. A sample of blood and analyzed with a special chemical indicator developed by Mr. Sholmes. Different people's blood turns different colors.
Let's keep testing and adding the results of any other blood analysis to the portfolio.
As long as I have a regent left, sure. Green blood just seems wrong somehow.
Oh, there are all sorts of different colors. There are pretty pinks and purples too, you know. Like I said, everyone's blood is different.
I wonder what color my blood would be. Same wavelength. Wonder what color my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. Alright. Look at the door. Oh, there we go.
In that door, storeroom, isn't it? That's what Gregsy said.
Yes, and that's where I saw the dreadful scene. A little window in the door. Mr. Windibank face down on the floor with Gina beside him.
Accused legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Nutt. You must make a thorough investigation.
Yes, of course. Will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime.
Don't worry, if there are clues in there, I'll find them.
Alright, let's talk to Iris. Talk about the pair of photographs. So, Iris, about these photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Windibank's counter and the one Gina gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these 2 identical prints?
Actually, that's not quite right.
Sorry?
If you look carefully, 2 prints aren't the same.
Not exactly. Yeah, one of them, the cat's facing like very side. Or not? Oh no.
Have another look at them now.
What's different besides the cat? Oh, there's like additional little spots over here.
You see that they're just slightly different from each other?
Yes. I think so. Very subtle though. Oh, I noticed it right away. I feel smart.
What's the reason for the subtle difference between the 2 prints? Well, it's because they're a set, you see.
No, I don't.
This pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment.
Oh, that makes sense. Ah, a stereoscope. Why do I feel as though I've heard that word before?
Oh, yes. Mr. Sholmes showed us yesterday.
Yeah, that thing.
See? There it is, just over there.
Oh, yes, of course. That magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch.
Well, actually... it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions.
What? Really?
You know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place?
Magic. Just kidding.
No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful! Then I'll be able to tell you.
She's over the moon. Bless her. Did we let her explain, though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene. Let her cook.
I, for one, simply have to know.
Tell me how the prints work.
Have you ever considered, Runo, how our eyes see depth in the world around us?
No, I didn't. Well, I just opened them and it works. There's a science behind it, though. I know. I understand.
But the reason it works is because we have two eyes.
2 eyes? Shocking.
If you just try closing just one eye at a time, I think you'll see straight away. What you see with your left eye, and what you see with your right eye, are ever so slightly different. You get a view with each eye.
It's true, you do.
Yes, the position of objects seems to shift slightly. Exactly, and in your head, your brain uses that shift to estimate depth as it merges the two views into one. Unless you're like me and sometimes have really bad depth perception, and then you just run into shit all the time.
My brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me. Brains be like that.
Ah, I think I see. A pair of photographs. Just of a left eye view. And a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick.
So, if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head, you'd be able to see depth in these prints.
Yes, Runo, you're beginning to understand.
Stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that.
Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all.
You can? Really? Tell me more. How to view stereoscopic prints.
Let's try it. Let's see if you can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go.
You gonna learn something? She's gonna blow our minds here today. Tato-san really loves this kind of thing.
You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that?
I don't like to do that. It doesn't feel good. Cross my eyes? I think I can.
Watch me. See if you can copy. Take your eyes.
Do this. I don't want to. It hurts.
Alright, let me try. You ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
I hate it.
There, how's that? Wonderful! Now it's your turn, Runo. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time.
Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed. It's very distracting.
Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try looking at the prints. Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes. You should see two overlapping images like this. You try it now, Runo.
I'm just gonna have to give it a try, I suppose.
one want us to, like, actually do it?
Did the print split into 2 images for you? Now the next step. Put the pair of prints side by side like this, and then try crossing your eyes again. Prints should slowly merge together. Till... they form a new single image in the center. Oh, yes! They're not how it works. I can see it in the middle now. It looks so real. Oh, I can look at it all day.
I would not advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt.
Your turn, Runo.
I wanna.
And you're looking through the 2 pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Oh, God. Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the 2 images overlap exactly in the middle.
Like, this, is it? I think they're expecting you to, like, actually do it and try it, but I'm like, I want my eyeballs to, like, not hurt. I already have a headache. I don't need this. Also, it's hard on a screen when, like, it's bigger. Like, more space for me to look at. Big screen.
There, you
Oh, I could have used it, Newbie. I could have... Too late.
There, you managed it. So now you know how the stereoscopic images work. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary.
Okay, or I could look at a real cat.
So what do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Runo?
They're certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly.
No, some people find it easier than others. That's why contraptions like these exist, for people who find it tricky. Oh, I recognize that. Saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? If I remember correctly, press this little knob here. Then set the pair of photographs in the stand at the back end.
It's still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now.
Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently.
But if these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them. What a funny way to put it.
But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so in any case.
Stereoscopic pictures. I'd never have even heard of them until yesterday. You certainly learn a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge that I'll ever actually need.
A second white cat photograph has been entered into the court record. A photograph depicting a sweet little white cat.
Ooh, as though I have another print just like this one. Okay, nope, okay. Salmon. Oh, this is the second of the 2 photographic prints of the cat. It really does look like Wagahai. Looks exactly the same as the first photograph at a glance. I suppose that's what's so compelling. Actually, now we have both pictures. I have another go at viewing them as a stereoscopic image. Oh, I need to cross my eyes and try to get the 2 cats to merge in the middle as one. It's such a hard thing to do. Whoever thought of this in the first place must have spent a long time staring. Nope, not gonna do it. I did think about it. Alright. The ticket. This is the ticket Gina brought in here yesterday.
Yes, having been entrusted to her by Mr. McGilded 2 months earlier. Article deposited one gentleman's overcoat.
The other redemption ticket was in the pocket of the coat.
Yes, for a small box. Excuse me. Deposited 2 days before the omnibus incident.
Does that have anything to do with all this? Probably. Anyway, that's a bloody fingerprint.
Hodo. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something rather troubling here.
I have noticed, yes.
A red smear, you mean?
Yeah, it looks like blood, doesn't it? What if Susato-san had picked up on that? Well, in that case...
Yes, we need Iris.
We should show this to her before we forget. Oh, we gotta show it to her. Okay. There's what looks like a bloody finger mark on it. Oh yeah, we're gonna like blood test everything, so that should be... Okay. Here you go.
Oh, that looks like blood!
Yeah, you want to spray it? I would say it's from a gloved finger. Almost certainly a glove made of leather.
Well, don't worry, Runo. You can leave the rest to me.
It's purple! Look at that!
Yes, that's a color we haven't seen before, isn't it? Simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be an important clue. Oh, it would be nice to find out whose blood these different colors correspond to at some point.
Well, this particular stain of blood.
Oh, you had an idea, haven't you? You know whose blood this is?
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I have an idea whose blood it is. Not from the color it turned, but with a little deduction.
That's right, I think it's clear. Iris, you know as well? And first, Runo, who do you think it belongs to?
Alright, I believe that this is the blood of... Thrice-fired Mason. The victim in the Magnus McGilded case.
You don't sound very sure of yourself, the way you trailed off there.
Well, it was 2 months ago now, that case. Of course, I'd never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. It was definitely thrice-fired, though.
The victim of the omnibus case?
Yeah.
Yes, his name was indeed Mr. Thrice-fired Mason. That would mean that this bloodstain was left on the ticket 2 months ago.
Yes, I think it was. Tina brought this ticket here to Windibanks yesterday. I'm suggesting that the bloodstain was already on it at that time.
Well, it's a smear of blood from the time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago. Something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGilded was also wearing leather gloves that night.
Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush out to help a fella bleeding from a stomach? Wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. Really does look like a leather glove thumbprint. We know that Mr. McGilded had no injuries at the time, anywhere on his body. Which we can conclude that any blood on the glove belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason.
Naruhodo, you sound just like Mr. Sholmes.
Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope.
Yes, I think you're right, Runo. Very well. Let's make a note of this.
Details of the pawnbroker ticket for the coat have been updated. Blood on it has been identified as Mr. Mason. And we updated our portfolio. Get it. Windibank's main shop, green. We don't know who it is. Thrice-fired Mason is purple. Alright. Come along. New location. Oh, let's read this one. A pawnbroker shop on Baker Street, the proprietor of which, Mr. Windibank, has been murdered. Door at the back leads to the storeroom where the body was found.
Rexy and his friends are working hard at their investigation, aren't they?
Next is the storeroom, where pawned items are kept until they're redeemed or forfeited. It's also where Mr. Windibank's body was discovered. Could linger here a little longer, I think. 16th of April, Windibank storeroom. For Iris, she's clammed up completely.
Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Windibank's life was taken in this very room only last night.
Ah! Wait, Inspector! Where are you going? You and your chips. What is it now, sunshine? You took one look at me and tried to run away! What the fuck, man? Think a Scotland Yard inspector would have run away from some jumped-up little defense lawyer, do ya? You're running away from Iris, because that's possible. Well... I've never seen her ladyship looking like that before. Didn't know what to say to her. So you weren't running away from me, you were running away from a 10-year-old. Be sure that that's better.
Afraid this is all a little much for you, Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector.
Ah! He's in a pickle. Don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you? What? What? Why would you say that? I don't think that went very well. Why? Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine, and I told you not to get under my feet. I do shit! I'm just trying to exist.
And we have investigating to do ourselves.
Yes. I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say.
Oh, Hurley.
And inquire into how Mr. Shums' operation is going. Oh, that's what she's worried. Got it. Alright, let's take a little look-see around here. Look at all these articles that have been deposited. The room is stuffed full of them.
I can't believe how many there are. Bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, even some enormous paintings. Look.
Pieces of different people's lives quietly gathering dust in here together. Something very peaceful about the atmosphere. At least there would be if not for the chalk outline on the floor and the policeman shuffling around. Not much I can do about that, Sunshine. And we'll look at that later. What's in the box? Of all the articles in the storeroom, this is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked.
Ah!
What is it, Iris?
That's the box file that my manuscript was being kept in.
Oh.
Oh!
Iris's unpublished story. The Hound of the Baskervilles, that for some reason Sato suspiciously knows the name of, but won't say why or how she got that information. Surely that's not what all this...
Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. Let's check the boxes. Check inside the box at once. Yes. Ah! was there. Iris's story was there.
Really? It was? Well, that's good news, isn't it, Iris?
Yes. I mean, of course I believed Hurley when he said he deposited it here, but still.
Still have a question about how Susato-san knows the name of it wasn't published.
A relief to actually see it.
Really? Because that's not a very well-hidden frown. Iris's manuscript has been entered into the court record. A long unpublished story that Mr. Sholmes deposited at the pawnbrokery of the victim, Windabank, titled The Hound of the Baskerville. I want to look at it. Hound of the Baskervilles. How did Susato-san know the exact title of this unpublished story? He's still not saying shit. I suppose I'll just have to wait until she's ready to explain.
So sorry.
It's extremely sus that she won't. Seem to be anything wrong with it. Right. Look at the gun. This is a revolver! A real one!
Quite possibly the murder weapon used to take Mr. Windabank's life.
What's the matter, Susie? You and Bruno look like you're about to faint.
No, it's just that I've rarely seen a gun in the flesh.
And I've had issues with guns in the past. But anyway, saw Mr. Windabank with this yesterday, didn't we? I shall have to take my own life. Must be the same gun. Nope. And last night, when I looked through the spy hole, the door to the storeroom here, that was the same gun I saw in G.
Windabank told us he only ever has a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. The one and only bullet he had in his gun has been fired.
You can be fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver. Hello, body outline. Police have marked the position of the body with a chalk line. Gonna spray it?
Poor Mr. Windabank. He was a nice old man.
Well, you were shot just once through the heart. Most likely the fellow died instantly. Wouldn't have felt a thing. I guess that's something. This must be his blood then.
Ah! I'd like to ask at such a wretched time, Iris, but wonder if perhaps...
Already on it. I got you.
Don't worry, Susie. I'm ready for action.
For science! Oh, it's blue! Wait, that means it's somebody else's blood upstairs. I was wrong.
So now we know the color the chemical turns when it reacts with Mr. Windabank's blood. And it doesn't match our analysis of the bloodstain we found in the main shop. No, but let's add this sample to the others we've already collected anyway.
That would have been too easy if it was the same, wouldn't it? Iris?
Don't worry, I'm alright. We must find the true culprit. Yes, absolutely.
Alright, let's talk to the good inspector. Tell me about the scene of the crime. So, Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here? Got eyes, haven't you? Use them!
Here's what it looks like. Nothing more, nothing less. Iris, could you lend me a hand?
So, Gregsy, what do you make of the crime scene here?
Oh, yes, your ladyship. Do allow me to humbly explain. Last night, at shortly after the hour of 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard police attended the scene. One and only door to the storeroom was found locked from the inside. Oh, it was locked from the inside. Okay.
Lock appears to be broken now, though. Is that the police officers doing?
Quite right, ma'am. Quite right. Took the liberty of smashing the door in and as humbly as possible.
Oh,
As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrate on the floor, crosswise. And next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the vile gutter child.
you're talking about Ginny. She's my friend, you know, Inspector.
Lestrade, the hapless girl, curled up on the floor, dead to the world. Still alive, you know. Yes, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious. And I'm afraid to say, she had the gun that on.
Oh,
Presumably it's the gun that's still down there on the floor now. We don't have ballistics yet, right? Ugh. Ballistics a thing yet? I don't think they are. In our pocket, we found the key to the door as well. What? The key to the storeroom?
hey, the storeroom had been locked from the inside, Inspector.
Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship's friend. Something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. He just like tosses it up and refreshes them, and then magically more chips appear. And I need that cone that he has. Can I have that? Obviously, my personal opinion is that it's all some sort of misunderstanding. Of course. Of course it is. Alright, tell me about how Sholmes' operation.
Exit. About Hurley. The operation finished? Hurley alright? He?
Well, thing is,
Don't mince your words, Inspector, please. You don't mean to say that Mr. Sholmes is...
no, the operation's done and dusted. It's just that, well,
Out with it.
he's gonna throw you, sir. Yes, ma'am. Use something called general anesthetic. They just think. And is the whole body insensitive. Whole body anesthetized? How do you say that? Anesthesia, anesthetized? No, I don't. Okay, never mind. Is that even possible? Means the operation can be completed while the patient is fast asleep.
The Empire of Japan, we can just manage to provide laughing gas for extraction.
Dude, that shit just makes you feel real funny. Like, you get like the wildest hallucinogenic dreams. I only know because I got my wisdom teeth pulled out that way. Probably is the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing. Follow my meaning. Couldn't get the medication to work at first. It took hours for him to nod off, so I hear. Now that the op's finished, they had to get him to wake up. Oh, that's not good.
Oh my.
One knows if the anesthetic's still in his system or if the bloke's just plain exhausted. Anyway, all they can do is stand back and watch it around again.
Really?
And when he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get word to you. Surprise, even in matters of life and death, Mr. Sholmes has to do things his way. Alright, well, got some info. Shall we Do I need to, like, show you stuff? Can I look around? Not move. No, there's nowhere to look around. Alright, what can we show to him? Look at my armband! And I'm pretty sure I've shown this to you already. Do it again! Dr. Gregson, could you give me your opinion about this, do you think? I don't tend to share, Sunshine. Not with the general public. Ugh.
In that case, Gregsley, how about some herbal tea?
Glug, 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 glug. Ah, lovely. Ah, very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship. I don't mind sharing that, then. What about this thing with blood on it we found? Oh, got nothing to say about that. Want to talk my blood samples I found? Oh, okay. Not the sharing type. Alright, well... back to the main shop and maybe... Iris about some of this. Talk about the manuscript.
Oh, my manuscript.
Shom said he deposited at Windibanks, and he had.
So strange. What is it about this particular story? I worked so hard on it. I would hardly say I can't publish it.
Afraid I have no idea. All you can do is wait until he's ready to tell you, I suppose.
Oh, maybe. Because Hurley isn't in it enough. They didn't give him enough good lines.
Yes, maybe. I wish I could say that definitely isn't the reason, but I can't. Oh, that says so much about Hurley. Sorry, I thought that was a cat. The way you can identify differences in people's blood like this is amazing. You really are a genius, Iris.
I know. I am. Hurley and I put our minds to it. We could really shake up Britain's chemists and alchemists. And you could shake up Japan's lawyers and judges, couldn't you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, for sure. Even if I didn't intend to. Where do we go next then? Outside? Bustling London street on which can be found Mr. Shums' office and Windibank's pawnbrokery. There's a large park nearby.
Place feels different to normal today for some reason.
Back at the office, my lodgings and office located in the attic above the suite of rooms rented by Mr. Shum. I call it a consultancy, but I'm not exactly beating on the door.
I love attic rooms, don't you? They're so exciting.
Alright, where else can we go? Where should we go? Go to the hospital? Go visit Gina. 16th of April. Local prison. L13. Gina doesn't appear to be here.
I believe she must be in questioning at the... Oh, but wait a minute.
What is it, Iris?
Well, if you examine the scene here carefully, there's another possibility, isn't there? Ginny could have slipped the key from the jailer when he wasn't looking and escaped. Oh my!
Why would she do something like that? It would only make her situation worse!
I'm down, Runo. I was only joking, of course.
Oh. Ugh, you had me worried there. I thought it was a great deduction.
Must be your way with the words, Iris. You're so wonderfully persuasive.
It's just pulling our leg.
Perhaps you don't fully understand the weight your words carry. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I suppose a lighthearted great detective is a contradiction in terms.
Well, in the same situation, I'm sure Mr. Sholmes would have just thrown his head back and guffawed.
I'm entirely sure that's helpful, Mr. Though.
Well, anyway, it looks like we won't be able to talk to Gina for a while. Try to make progress with our investigation in the meantime.
Yes, come along then, Runo. Come along, Susie.
I tried. I didn't see anything else to do. Right, nothing going on at the hospital. Going on here. I guess we have to just stay in... There's gotta be more to do. What? Anything I missed looking? I missed anything. Maybe I need to look at my stuff. I already tried that. Anything else? Blue. Well, we're gonna have to talk to us. Oh, Inspector, what do you make of this? What have we here then? A redemption ticket for an article deposited here, is it? Oh yeah, we wanna try to get whatever this item is. It's like someone ran out of office stationery and wrote the ticket on whatever that paper was left behind. Yes, this is the ticket for McGillicud's overcoat. One the little diver turned up with yesterday. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Really? Think you know better than me, do ya? Yeah, look at it, it's for a small box. No, I didn't mean to,
Runo's right, Gregsy. It isn't the same ticket.
Oh, of course it isn't, of course it isn't. I never doubted you, your ladyship. Oh, what's all this about then, if I might be so bold as to ask?
This is a second ticket.
Second one? It seems that Mr. McGill did, in fact, had another article in storage here at Windibanks. That's right.
I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, good, because he's ever so easy to talk to. Alright, let's talk about it. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGilden's overcoat. Hey, you mean to tell me? Yes, there was one more than just the music box, it seemed. Insisted on the lads taking it back to the yard and examining it properly.
Well, according to the details on this ticket, McGilda deposited another article here with Mr. Windibank.
Yes, I can see it written here. All box, was it?
You have any idea where it is, Gregsy? Any idea at all? Another article belonging to Mr. McGilded. Could be an important clue.
Well, yes, I suppose it could be. Please stop looking at me with those big turquoise eyes all full of hope and expectation. It's too much pressure. I lose my marbles. I mean, I'll go barking. Look at the mad lad and his potatoes. There's no time for dog impressions, Inspector. That's enough sauce from you, Sunshine. That is one thing that springs to mind. Order this ticket. The redemption deadline's already passed, hasn't it?
Oh, yes, of course. Articles are only held for 2 months. Small box will no longer be in here then.
That's right. It's been forfeited.
Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop, where the forfeited items are offered for sale.
Yeah, the shelves in the front. We must search them at once. You're wasting your time.
Oh. Oh.
There are dozens of little boxes out there. Hundreds, even. And to possibly know which one might have been Miss McGilded's. Information's not written in the ledger. Ugh.
Well, I think we should at least have a look, just in case.
Of course, your ladyship, of course. I'm very sensible of you, I'm sure. This is getting old. Or do you, Nosuke? Thanks! That's a lot of clocks.
Ah! You nearly jumped out of my skin there. Mr. Windibank set such a wicked trap.
I doubt he set it out to scare anyone.
Is that really the time? Perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon.
Oh?
Trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you'll be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. May have changed her mind.
True.
Don't you remember, Runo? Told her she could rip up the representation papers if she didn't want you to be her lawyer.
Really? Did I say that?
Yes! You did! Deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching.
In that case, we'd better hurry back to the prison and talk to Gina again.
But my small box! No. Yes, this is where all the items that have been forfeited by their original owners are offered for sale. Right, they've all got little price labels on them, but there's so many.
I wonder if the small box this ticket was for is still on the shelf somewhere. Box that McGilda deposited here.
Even if it were, finding it promises to be very troublesome. There's so many boxes, it could be any one of them.
Shelm said that a pawnbroker's was the safest place to store anything. More secure than a bank's vault. Perhaps this small box of Mr. McGilded's contains something of very great value.
Well, if that's the case, he'd probably have kept it locked.
So then we need to find every box of the lock and break them all open.
Hiya!
Got thrown. Could have just said no.
That sort of misconduct would get you arrested. I won't let that happen.
Ah, this takes me back. Been some time since Susato-san last threw me. There's so many little boxes. I guess it's a later us problem we had. Oh wait, what's this? I'm really sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. We are, though I'm not confident I can get it closed again.
Oh yes, that's a folding stereoscope.
Really? This is a stereoscope. Sir Shom showed us a picture yesterday that you were supposed to be able to see in 3 dimensions. For that, he used the great big contraption over there.
Oh well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. And this little thing is a much simpler design for use at home. There's special shops selling prints you can use in them. I have a little collection myself.
If I could make money out of these in Japan, I'd be keeping my toilet sparkling clean anyway. Sorry, it would be.
Okay. Alright, let's go see Gina. th of April, 5:41 p.m. Local prison. L13. Ah, Gina, good. You're back.
Oh. Police must have finished questioning her. Oh, how was it, Ginny? Was it awful? Didn't bother me.
Thank you for the papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate at Windibanks.
Oh, right. Want to know how we got on? Been ever so busy. What's the point in asking? Won't change what everyone's saying. That I did it? That's not...
Gina, we came to ask for your final decision.
What decision?
About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you or not?
I'll submit the paperwork now if you'd like Mr. Naruhodo. Why?
She's really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know what that feels like. Worry is just so hard to bear. Wanna talk about it? Talk about what we uncovered. Maybe it'll help you feel better.
Alright then, blimey, give it a rest with them eyes, Iris. Come on then, fill us in. Who done it?
Fortunately, we don't know that yet.
You don't say. Don't know yet. But Mr. Naruhodo, all of us, know that you are innocent of this crime.
And while we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts that we have managed to establish.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Well, for example, the reason for you being there in the first place. I think I know why you broke into Windibanks. Looks like I'm gonna have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason. Rustin and Gina. Or I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. Should we talk to her or should we present first? Let's talk to her first. Talk about representation.
We already have the representation papers and other documents.
All we have to do is hand them to the court clerk. That is... Will allow me to represent you in court tomorrow?
Ah, no bother. Jenny! Rip them up and chuck them, would ya? Representation papers, or whatever they're called.
Hey, that black bear, how's it going? Thanks for the lurk. Doing well. Hope your weekend's going great. Hope your yard work I saw earlier. You building a thing. I hope that went well.
It's all ain't fancy enough to be enough to have a bin.
So, what will you do in court tomorrow?
Gone on my own. I don't think you will be. Look, it don't matter. What's gonna happen is gonna happen.
What happened? Blah. Words tripping. This is one stubborn pickpocket. You're retired!
Listen, having happens and fires and missiles.
You're going all over the place after the yard work. Tomorrow you have to finish it, but if you get lucky with materials. What are you building? I remember looking at it and then I just don't remember what it was. What are you working on? Something for your, what was it, nephew? Something like that? Right, anyway. Gina, I'm pretty sure that's why you were there. You're trying to get
a second item. Here, Gina. Look at this. Oh, nope. Maybe not.
No, talk.
I wasn't saying you could have it.
Oh, weren't you? Well, when someone says I can't have stuff, it makes me want it, see? You better hand it over now.
Oh wait, Gina's the one who gave us this originally, so I mean, you know. No, I'm not giving it to you. Oh, you went in to go see if he really had the Iris' story. You're worried. Didn't believe Mr. Building a small platform to put up and a play structure for your nephews? Oh, okay. I thought, for some reason I thought you were gonna build like a whole, I don't know what, like a treehouse or something, like some other like kind of like, when you said like play area, I thought like, you know, like a structure, but yeah. Like an actual structure, but like, okay, that makes sense. Something with walls is what I was imagining, but now that you say it's just a platform, that makes more sense. Just you and your pops, but it's quick work? That's good.
Nice.
You will be rebuilding said playhouse as it's in need of repair. Oh, that I imagine that part's gonna take forever. I found this in Mr. Windibank's storeroom. Manuscript of Iris's latest story.
Oh, right. Well, that's good then.
Curiously, the storeroom at Windibank showed no sign of being ransacked for items of value or the like. With one exception. A box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina? Broke open the box containing the manuscript last night? Yeah, but it's good work. That's good. It'll be very rewarding. I'm sure your nephews are gonna. We're determined to find out whether or not the Hound of Baskervilles was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night. You didn't care about anything else. You just wanted to protect your friend Iris from who you thought was a sham because he's an adult. And you were like, I don't trust adults. They're all scammers. You're like, oh shit, he actually did deposit it.
Ah!
Why don't you tell us what happened, please? Talk about the manuscript.
Alright, yeah. Baskerville's story. The latest Sholmes adventure, right? But it ain't been printed yet. So I figured, it ought to be worth a fair few pieces of silver, right?
I don't think that's why you did it.
Oh yes, at least 5,000 pounds. What?
So, you intended to sell Iris's manuscript, did you?
Oh, Ginny, how could you? What? Wait, no, hang on. Of course I won't gonna sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the manuscript or whatever you call it really was there or not. That's the only reason I was in the place. For Iris' sake, isn't that right?
We knew why you'd done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did.
I knew you wouldn't do anything mean like that, Ginny. I just knew it. Well,
When I saw the manuscript in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you'd said the night before.
Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, the lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. Telling you, the manuscript ain't at Windibank's. You'd soon see if you had a look. I'm honest. I have wondered if Hurley's telling me times. I mean, but I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Or I don't know. Oh, it's wrong of me to doubt him. Oh, Ginny, that was so sweet of you. Alright, alright. I'll tell you why I did it. Stop looking at me like that, Iris.
Let's talk about your reason for breaking in. And I'm pretty sure I know the answer already.
It weren't because of Iris. It weren't because of Iris. That's not why I did it.
Oh, really?
I just wanted to know the truth, that's all.
You could trust an adult if there's an adult out there that actually tells the truth?
Wanted to know if Mr. Sholmes was being honest. He'd really deposited the manuscript at Windibanks? Like I told you the night before. Never had a father. But Iris's law ain't like mine. Got a dad, only she can't see him.
We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna, at least in front of her, we're not gonna tell her that we know what happened to her dad and that right before we came here, he kind of unlived. And for some reason, he was murdered by English people? We still don't know what the deal with that is, right? Like, that was kind of weird. That was a really weird way to start off the game. Like, something going on here.
I reckon that's gotta be Otter.
Hey, Meredith, how's it going? I was wait, hold on. Am I still lurking in your stream? No, I'm not. I had to close before I started. I was lurking earlier. I've been lurking the past couple days. How's it going? Doing? How were your... I think I saw you were trying to do BA today. Were you able to get in? Hi, Darjeelinkling. How's the cats? It was chaotic. It always is. I'm like always full of nerves when I do BA. Yeah, I'm doing well. Hope you are too. It's doing some Ace Attorney. It's story day. Saturdays are story day. To do BA with you Sunday? I think I don't remember how far along I am in Eureka on Aether, but when I get up there, yes, we definitely should. Let's do it. I will let you know when I am high enough to do in Eureka to actually play on Aether. I'm working on a cosplay for FanFest right now, so I'm not gonna be able to play for a while. Trying to get it done. So I have, like, I finished the jacket and the bag, and I need to work on the dress, which I have, like, back here behind my green. About, like... Got some fabric cut out. That's my plan for tomorrow before... Yeah, it'll be very exciting. I'm very looking forward to it. But right now we're doing story time in Ace Attorney, and we're having feels time from what the music sounds like. It's feels time, I think. Excited for, yes, I am very excited for FanFest. We have plans. My roommate wants me to bring I have all of the 14 art books from ARR to present. So he wants me to bring them so our FC can thumb through them. And I'm gonna bring like some of my other books too. Like probably the encyclopedias and the little Namazu short. And I have the Eorzea High School manga in Japanese, but but I think the English one might be... No, wait, I think that doesn't come out till September. I'll bring the Japanese one. Yeah, the Namazu short is like really cute. It's fun. Like, oh, what a nice book. I accidentally bought 2 copies of it, so I gave another one to a friend. Oh, I saw it for pre-order on Amazon. I don't think it's actually out yet. But it was on pre-order, so I did pre-order. It'll come eventually whenever it releases. Yeah. I think it actually releases in... Oh. But I had the Japanese. Just came in, like, not... Yeah. So I have it right here. It in Japanese. Not too bad. I was like kind of thumbing through it a little bit, and I was just like, stuff happening in here. Yeah, it's nicely sized. Green screen filters like having a time trying to up, but yeah. And look at the cute little print. Oh, I thought that was neat. Yeah, there's definitely more to it than I thought there would be, and I'm like, oh, like it is an actual manga book, so I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Something to look forward to. I haven't read it yet, but I also haven't finished any of my encyclopedia. There's that. It'll be fun. Kind of want it more now? Yeah, I think it'll be a really good read. Like, I've read some fan translations of the first few chapters, like, back before it was, like, an entire thing. So cute. So I'm looking forward to reading the rest of it. I'm gonna bring it with me. I don't know what else we're gonna bring. We're getting like a somebody in our FC like booked a suite room at one of the hotels in the area, so we're gonna be staying there, and we're not able to get into the venue. We're just gonna read the whole thing. That'll be fun. And then, you know, hit up places to eat around town because there's a lot of good food in Vegas, so it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. Yeah, hang out outside. Be like people. One of the people in the FC I know likes to do slots sometimes. But usually when he's doing that, because I've traveled with him, we've hung out in Vegas. So usually when he's doing that, I'm usually like getting free drinks, and then like, you know, always bring tip money for the waitresses. I like to try out the free drinks at each hotel that we explore when he does that. It's fun. It's a good time. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the hangout times, just having a good time outside of FanFest, and then seeing what kind of crazy stuff they announce. It'll be good. I think I actually have to meet up with one... Now, there's like two friends I have, not FanFest related, who live in Vegas. Hopefully, I hope we can meet up. Just, you know, DM me on Discord if you have any free time, and I'll do the same. Just kind of see what you're up to, and maybe we can meet up. Yeah, fun. Progress the dialogue a little bit.
That's why she writes her stories. They're about her dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me, anyway. Last night when I was listening to what you were saying.
So, what is it? This is Gina. This is Iris. Iris's dad is Wilson, the former assistant of one Sherlock Sholmes, because he's attorney. Your friend's trying to VC you? Okay, have fun. And so Iris has been writing stories based on Sherlock Sholmes's former adventures, because they're all based on her dad's diaries, journals of those.
Stories about Daddy?
I mean, they're not the adventures of a great detective, as much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner. That checks out. That sounds like, you know, the original Sherlock Holmes stories.
Well, that's how I see it, yeah. So thoughtful and so kind, Ginny. Yes, and we never thought any differently, did we? Look! Give it a rest, will ya? I hate this chummy nonsense, do you hear? I hate it! I don't trust no one, right? That's how I work. Because if you don't trust no one can let you down. Leave me alone. Go on, scupper.
No one's buying it anymore, Gina. I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable. Right there on both sides of that overcoat. Oh, there's blood there! Can we spray that? There's some very suspicious red stains.
looking at me like that?
I think it might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area to Gino. Let's do the ticket. And if that fails... You see this pawnbroker's ticket, Gina? It's the one you took to Windibanks, isn't it? The one for that black overcoat you're wearing now?
Eh? What, that?
I don't know. They all look the same to me, those tickets. Surely not. Well, this one has a very obvious mark on it that would appear to be blood.
Eh?
Does that ring any bells?
I don't know. All looks the same to me, blood.
They all sound the same to me, these answers. Suspicious. Alright, we got blood samples. Those stains on the sleeves of your new coat, Gina, they're blood, aren't they? Not that I know whose blood yet.
What? Blood, Mr. Naruhodo?
You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So, could it be blood that splattered from Mr. Bank when he was shot last night?
Let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will get results much faster than anything else. Take it easy, Iris. Don't move, Ginny. I'm gonna shoot.
Why? Just don't worry about it. It's a kid with a gun. Why does she have a gun? Don't worry about it. It's just a child with a gun. Everything's fine. That is a lot of purple blood. Whose blood was purple? That was, blood. Isn't that the blood of thrice-fired Mason? Hold up. Let's check our samples. Yep. Thrice-fired Mason shows up as purple. So this coat had a shit ton of from the night of the carriage or the omnibus.
Oh. Oh my.
What the? Forget the sleeves.
The whole coat is covered in blood.
Of course. The black color of the fabric was masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now. That makes sense. That checks out. Black is very good at masking a lot of things.
Blood has reacted with the chemical to purple color, which matches one of the samples we've already collected perfectly.
Yeah, the one on the ticket.
Yes, now let's see. Who had the purple blood? Aha! Yes, it was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, victim of the murder case 2 months ago.
I knew it.
What are you all on about? Victim? What do you mean? It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruhodo. I think that this makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mason, revealed. Boy, can someone explain what's going on? Stop telling half a story.
Want to talk about it? Let's talk about the truth of the omnibus case. We can see now that the victim's... We can see now that the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGilden's overcoat.
In the trial 2 months ago, the defendant said this is in his testimony.
Take notes on that? Good on ya.
Now what I ask you is, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? Wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give them on a hand.
But if you look at this overcoat now, it's clear. These stains couldn't have arisen from McGilded trying to pull the victim to his feet.
No, if that was what had really happened, the blood wouldn't have splashed all over in the front of the coat.
The only explanation for this pattern of blood is that it splattered over McGilded's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. He was a murderer and we defended him! No! Tried to run from the truth for long enough. There's no escaping it now. True culprit in that case
Mason's killer, Magnus McGilded, was Magnus McGilded. The evil leprechaun. Definitely what they're.
Naruhodo.
That horrible case is solved at last. Help the man walk free from that trial, but he was kind of promptly murdered shortly after, so karma. He used all that twisted testimony and all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I have let that happen?
Now, did you believe him, though? You believe Mr. McGilded was innocent?
At the time, a little bit, and then not at all after the evidence got tampered with. I believed... Rather, I think I was trying to believe. Wanted to. Because believing in those you represent in court, the defense lawyer's greatest weapon.
A weapon?
Lawyer's weapon. Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson.
You mean Kazuma-sama?
Listen, Ryunosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what is the truth and what is a lie. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have. Wavering belief? Only when we truly believe what our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for their cause. In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. So I believe you, unwaveringly. It's funny, Gina.
Oh, sounds like in this empire or Japan where you come from, everyone must be soft. Well, come on. Look at the mess it's got you into, believing in that bog trotter.
Yes, I inadvertently helped a murderer walk free.
Well, at least you learned your lesson now, eh? Believing in people's never worth it. Someone always stabs you in the back in the end. As soon as you let your guard down, you've had it. Take a leaf out of my book. Believe no one. Get hurt by no one. Gina, may I ask you something? Well, I'd just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial? How many times will I have to say it? Rip them up and chuck them away. Are you really sure that's what you want? Bet that's what he wants and all now. Mr. I'm a believer lawyer over there.
I didn't say that.
Don't forget it was me in that trial 2 months ago. I led everyone up to the garden path, didn't I? You're telling me you can believe in me after all that? Not likely.
I mean, I believe you're a pickpocket, but I don't believe you're a murderer.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo?
A lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his clients. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything that's happened. I trust her. If I trust her, I trust her. Gina, let me say it again. Please allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial.
Eh? Are you off-bait?
Not at all. Not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe that you're telling me the truth.
Seriously, Mr. Naruhodo? Did you hear all of what I said before? Born liar. Hips just trip off me tongue. I'm a diver, don't forget. Pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago and got you into all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it. Gina. I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there's more to this life than you yet realize. What do you mean? The world we live in? It's full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down. Eh?
It's true that I'm just a student of law and I'm currently certainly lacking in courtroom experience. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my very last breath, I am completely on your side.
What do you expect me to say to that? Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. It would be a shame to throw them away now after it's been penned with your name so beautifully. Do what you like. You Eastern Lauder. Oh, I don't know what you are. I don't get you.
Thanks. Appreciate it. You're welcome. Dina's taken herself off to the back of her cell. She'd never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out all right in the end, I think.
Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once. Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice.
This is Sato?
Somebody's there in the shadows. I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before.
What? Is it Hurley? Please be Sherlock. I mean Herlock Sholmes. Blimey, you're sharp, eh? Alex Gregson, hello. Oh! Are you here to tell us that Hurley's doing fine? I suppose you are using one of those mystic Japanese arts. Like the art of stealth I've heard so much about. If anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector.
Banksy!
Oh, dear me. I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you.
How long have you been listening in on our conversation?
Good grief! Listening in? No. I just got word that there were some visitors who were refusing to leave even though it was after hours. Hey, nobody told us to leave. I assure you, your ladyship, I only just arrived this very minute, not a moment earlier. That's all it is. Nothing untoward, nothing at all. After hours? Is it that late already? So then, I'll humbly excuse myself now, your ladyship. Ta-ta, toodle-doo. Cheerio, all the best, bye-bye and bye. That's a lot of farewells, and not one of them appropriate for her ladyship.
Oh, but I wanted to have a chat.
I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the minute.
Oh, I see. That's a shame.
I don't get this emergency at the... If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpish, old Strongheart will. Sorry, something very loud just happened on back end of my computer.
Emergency?
Lord Strongheart? No, nothing, forget I said anything. Anyway, I'm off.
Alright, Gregsy, if you have to, but let's chat soon.
Delighted, charmed, can't wait, if you please, my pleasure. Is he old and fish and... No, not fish and chips, just chips. And they are magically replenishing chips. All he has to do is like shake his little cone and more chips magically appear. I want it. You know? Don't you want like an endless cone of chips? I want an endless cone of chips. Chips are delicious. I might even order fish and chips tomorrow. Actually, a really good idea. Anyway, you have questions? Don't worry about it. Those questions are invalid in the face of magical chips. Chips are delicious. That's a lot of pleasantries, and not one of them sounded sincere.
Rexy's so funny. He says such silly things.
It's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court.
You must attend to the court clerk's office now before it closes.
Yes, of course. You, Mrs. Sato? He's leaving for Japan tomorrow, too, so she's not going to be in the courtroom with us.
Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later.
So, our investigation came to an end. Sato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Sato-san would be leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan. of April, 11:13 p.m. Naruhodo's legal consultancy.
Naruhodo-san, it's been a very trying day, hasn't it? Do hope you're not too exhausted.
What about you, Susato-san? Today has been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mr. Sholmes was shot before our eyes, Gina was arrested. All on the back of the news that her father has fallen ill and she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon.
Thank you for your kind words.
I'm gonna be our court assistant from now on. Iris? Gonna be our new Pearls?
I wonder why it is. So many thoughts rage in my head like a storm. Yet, seem unable to find the words to express any of them.
I know exactly what you mean.
Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow.
One final task? Should I look around the room, I guess? Matter with me? Why am I examining things at a time like this? This is my last chance to talk to Susato-san before she leaves. Inappropriate. Alright, we'll stop. Going back to Japan.
It's just 2 months since we arrived in London. We've managed to establish this office. It's finally feeling as though we were settling in. I'd be lying. Said I felt no regret.
So sorry, Susato-san.
It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I had no time to gather my thoughts.
I know we've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel I've learned something.
And what would that be?
It seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities.
Facets?
And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their moves. But we only see a small number of the total facets, and what is illuminated is only a part of the whole story. What lies in the shadows? What are those facets we cannot see even look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on, as long as we live.
So true.
Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much. But I keep hoping that one day it will all become clear. That all the facets will be illuminated and I'll finally understand how everything fits together.
Naruhodo-san.
Because what matters is that we keep our eyes open, keep moving forward. Even if the way sometimes seems dark.
Amazing to think it's been just 2 months. Grown so much.
Alright, what?
Oh, no. It was nothing. Unimportant.
Are you gonna... Is she gonna fill in my Dodoma eye? Oh, that'd be a trip. Alright, let's talk about the departure first. Do you know what time you will leave London in the morning?
Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 a.m.
Oh, that's early. You're basically just gonna have to, like, pack and then go. See, well, I'll escort you to the station.
Absolutely not.
Sorry?
Sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that.
Because it's late. I need to be well rested for the court tomorrow to defend Gina properly.
I have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow.
This trial. Yeah, I know, but...
Every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate.
You can't argue with that.
You must get as much rest as possible. And though, like me, I'm sure you'll find it hard to sleep. Please, for me, do try.
You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean? Please tell me you're gonna fill in the Dodoma eye to say that you acknowledged Yonosuke as a worthy lawyer.
Oh my! I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this.
Damn it. This is the Dodoma! I think this is her book of all of her notes, though, so that's gonna be pretty helpful all the same. What is that? Some huge bundle of documents?
My notes. A case 2 months ago.
Oh, shit! Yeah, that's helpful.
A murder that was committed on the omnibus.
The McGilded case.
Seems to me that this case of Mr. Windibank's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up to that omnibus case, in ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you.
With everything else she's had to think about, Sato-san still managed to do this, all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful hand.
It's my pleasure.
Oh, thank you.
I can only hope that it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina.
Thank you so much, Susato-san. I'll do my best to use it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world. At this time, sure. Sure. But in the future, I really like Maya. I still like Maya. And then, you know, when Athena's a good assistant, and then, you know, we were working together with Apollo for a while too.
Oh?
I think those were pretty good. They were all pretty good assistants too. But we're in the past right now, and those guys aren't born yet, so, you know, this is fine.
Well, that's extremely flattering.
Maya and Athena are very good assistants. Oh yeah, and Pearls too! Okay, Pearls is like, you know, best assistant. So cute. He tries so hard.
I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure.
What? Sorry, I didn't quite catch what you said there.
Oh! Ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself.
Why do you think you were a failure? Is it because I got mad that all you do is just throw us and then yell at us instead of, like, helping sometimes? Alright, notes collated by Mrs. Sato about the McGilded case that we worked on 2 months ago.
Well, it's getting rather late. You should go to bed now, Naruhodo-san. I must finish packing up my things in my room.
Sato-san, I
I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night.
I hope she like sneakily fills out our Dotema while we sleep. Wait, there's something I'd like to. Oh crap! Hey-ya! What? What was that? Something I need to say. That's what we were trying to say earlier.
Secret technique of mine. Susato shutdown.
Shutdown.
Please, implore you. We have to voice our goodbyes. It won't be able to hold back my tears.
Nato-san. She really needs a hug? Yeah, she does. It truly had been a trying day. How does Yudonosuke? Yeah, yes. He does too. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, and learning the truth about that nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted. Yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes. As a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind. Eventually, fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. Good, you need rest. Of April, in the small hours. St. Sinner's Hospital. Ward 3. Oh, is Herlock gonna wake up and cause some mischief? Let's do it. He's grown on me. Yes, I quite understand. A great weight off my mind. Is this? Oh! He's awake! Rest assured, I shall put everything in place exactly as we have discussed. Thank you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Sholmes. On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. I bid you farewell, and Godspeed. Oh! My dear madam? Herlock gonna help us out? Is he my new assistant? I don't know how I feel about this. What the fuck? What? To be continued. Alright. I got a little more tea. I don't know if we can do the full case, but do you want... I think we can start the trial. We could do a little bit of it. Let's do a little. I still have tea. Ah! I spilled a little tea, but I still have tea. I think we can start it, and that way we can, you know, squeeze in a little bit more Ace Attorney time. I started late. When I awoke the following morning, so near the end of all things, how I've been enjoying the game so far, it's pretty good. It doesn't have quite the same feel as, like, you know, the main series with Phoenix and the gang. Different characters, and it's a little more old school. So it's less, woo, look at this weird spiritual shit that sometimes pops up and is going on. Or like crazy ass science shit that happens. It's a little bit less of that and more, you know, like mellow, just like coincidental bullshit, more logic. And I'm like, that's fine. It lacks a little bit of the quirkiness, but it's still fun. Very brass tacks and down to business. Yeah, it's more humor and amusement in like the character personalities and their personal quirks, and less focused on just like weird shit that happens. When I awoke the following morning, Susato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets.
So began an even longer day than the last, one that I would remember for the rest of my days. All the craziness has to start somewhere. It does. This is, you know, basically playing the prequel. 17th of April, 9:32 a.m., the Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it.
Where's your friend then?
Sorry?
You know, and the fancy dress?
Sato, however you say it. I don't know. Ah, Mrs. Sato had to leave early this morning. It was already gone by the time I woke up.
You alright with that, are you? Forget about me if you like. Go and see her off.
Ah, she's already gone. She left at 4 a.m. She's long gone. It's fine. It's not as though Mrs. Sato and I won't meet again one day.
Even so...
You, Gina. You only get one chance. This trial today is all we have. Good morning, you two. Oh shit, no, it's not Iris. Never mind, I was wrong. I thought it was gonna be her luck with the surprise.
Good morning, you two. How are you feeling, Ginny? Did you manage to sleep?
She brought Wagahai. The best boy. Ah, he's so cute!
Iris, what are you doing here?
Welcome.
What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we show our support. It's not right, Waggy.
Look, he's so cute! Where's my cats? I miss them.
Waggy!
Great way to show your support, kitty. Look, maybe he went to, like, go steal some evidence or something for us. I don't know. Maybe he's a court kitty.
Let him have a nose around. What could he do? Oh, that reminds me. I bought a paper on the way here. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news?
Pawnbroker perishes in pick purse plunder. That's what it says.
What do you say, Runo? Ginny?
Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Yeah, I'm like a bad news first kind of person. I'm like, look, just rip the band-aid off and tell me what the fuck I need to deal with, and then you can tell me the good news, and I'll be like, okay, well, at least we got that going for us. What a name. Look, Wagahai is the best. You need to just respect that he is the best boy.
No, always take the good news first. Might not live to hear the bad.
That's the point, but I still like it the other way.
Yes, that question always gives away people's personalities.
Let's not go there.
Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning, and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move.
Huh? Bad news was a weather report?
I hope that Susie made her train to Dover and that the train isn't delayed on its way to the port.
Oh, yeah, that is something to be concerned about. Gosh, yes.
Alright then, so what's the good news? Well, the rain is forecast to subside this afternoon. So even if the train is delayed, it should be able to make up the time later. Well, that is good news, isn't it? Don't give 'em monkeys, really.
If only all good news canceled out the bad.
And look, this trial has made the headlines too. Pawnbroker perishes in pick-purse plunder, see? What do you like now? Let them say what they want. See if I care.
I can't because you're covering your face.
Don't worry, Runa will show everyone that this headline is nonsense.
Will?
And And then in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be Discharged Divers, Dauntless Do-Gooder. Isn't that right, Runo?
Oh, yes? Let's hope so.
Of course they will. I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it?
It's like she was still here. Today's paper, this morning's paper, purchased by Iris. Gina's case features prominently.
Good luck then, Runo. I'll do what I can.
Hold up, we gotta look at our new evidence. Omnibus murder, case summary. Victim found deceased on the last scheduled omnibus of the day after a stab wound to the abdomen. Details of victim. Name, Mason Milverton, male. Occupation, brickmaker. Domicile, East End of London. Trial summary. Defendant, Magnus McGilded. Prosecution attorney, Lord Berdok van Zeeks. Is he gonna be our attorney again? I heard he retired. Or rather, went like MIA again. Defense attorney, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Conviction was assured with 3 eyewitness testimonies. However, surprise 4th witness testimony resulted in acquittal due to insufficient evidence.
Pawnbroker perishes in pickpocketer's plunder. How awful. Virginia, I mean.
Tomorrow's headline will be Discharged Divers Dauntless Do-Gooder. Right?
Yeah, something like that. Possible. I'd like to go even bigger.
Bigger? How?
How pickpocket protects planet post-trial, perhaps?
Protects planet? This is an FF7.
Ooh, I can't wait for tomorrow now. It's gonna be so great.
What's this?
There's a sensational story lower down on the front page as well. Look! Ministry mole? Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice?
Interesting. For a 10-year-old. Iris certainly has her finger on the pulse of the world news.
About secret communications between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently they're being intercepted by hostile nations.
Communications are being intercepted? But how would somebody be doing that? What's with the alliteration? Look. Alliteration gets attention and people to buy newspapers, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how marketing works.
That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with 3 different possible methods so far. Are you looking for a new career, Runo?
No, of course not. I wonder, perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday.
Yes, it could be. And it could explain why he has Gregsy running from pillar to post at the moment.
Which contains an article about government secrets being leaked to foreign agencies. I don't know why that's important, but I'm sure we'll find out.
Huh? Obviously, I don't know the law like Susie does, but still.
He has a bigger gun.
I'll be by your side the whole time, giving you more support and encouragement.
With a gun. Let me just point out, with a gun, right? We see that. I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest, but... Thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you.
Oh yeah, Iris? Yes, Jenny? Well, wondering is all about Shomes. They fix him up all right. Yes, the operation was a great success. But Hurley still hasn't come around yet.
That's not true! We just saw him talking to Sasato-san!
Eh? Asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard. Send a telegram as soon as he wakes up.
I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment there's news. Someone was sleeping on the job last night.
Oh, right.
No Susato-san and no Mr. Shomes. All down to me today. Prove that Gina's innocent of this crime. Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense. The trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom.
Time then.
Yes, let's go, Gina. Iris.
Lead the way, Bruno.
Poor Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory. Ugh. If I learned anything from my great friend, it's that. Our prosecutor. I didn't hear news about it being Van Zeek's. 17th of April, 10 o'clock a.m., the Old Bailey courtroom. Oh, it is him! Look at him right there. He went MIA, and then like every time I happen to be in the courtroom, you're like, hey, let me just show up. Okay. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Prosecution is ready. The defense is ready. Why? You look like a deer in headlights. You do not scared. You over it. You should be used to this by now. Lord Van Zeeks? My lord. Remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service? Some 5 years ago, my lord. Yes, and then 2 months ago you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly. And here you are again today. Are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior? What one might describe as your former life 5 years past, who dealt exclusively in matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government. Really? Yet today you choose to try a simple case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it more than a little befuddling, counsel. There are two types of person I cannot abide. Firstly, these wealthy scoundrels who hide behind a mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large.
He means Mr. McGilded he defended against the Reaper 2 months ago.
Yeah, I just about managed to work that out. Thank you. Magnus McGilded. If I'd known what a monster he was, I never would have defended him. Secondly, more loathsome. Those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies, only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, confidence tricksters from those tiny islands in the far east. Nipponese. What? Racist! You really just say that?
It means you now, Bruno.
I actually managed to work that out too. Thank you, Iris. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? A torrid look of hatred in Lord Van Zeek's eyes. Was he Joseph Joestar of the Stardust Crusaders? He has a very vampire vibe to him though, because he's like always like drinking red wine, like his fancy clothes, and then he like breaks it all the time. The poor wine glass doesn't deserve this. Was that directed solely at me, or was he talking about all Japanese people? Because that's a big difference. You can hate me as a person, but like, don't be fucking racist. That's rude. Very much what is a man vibes, huh? I mean, kinda. An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Van Zeeks. Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by all London's malefactors. Your lordship is too kind. Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Is it really random? How is this random? How? We've seen you before. His wife was on the stand last time. Or rather, was on the jury last time. Then he was one of our witnesses. And then this is a maid who, like, hates... It's like a nosy maid. I think, isn't he, like, the man in the coat from last time? And apparently he's also the doctor. I think we've seen her before, too. These two seem new. It seems slanted against us. Yeah. I don't know if London is just, like, very small, but, like, how are they getting the same people? And, like, don't people normally, like, you know, like a once every few years thing? Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant? I'm a lieutenant in the British Army here, don't you know? Chaps like me were born ready.
Clean crockery, clean cutlery, a clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think.
Are you okay, buddy?
Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely, absolutely everything, and I'm ready for it.
He's cross-eyed to hell.
I don't understand it. I can't have left it there. It's not possible. But could I have?
Women indispensable in society. Stop. Female-centric future awaits. Stop.
It's got a little mouse, which is cute. Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. How did he get drafted for this? I don't understand this court system. Something wrong, Runo? Oh, not exactly. It's just... I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact.
Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they?
A little too much, I would think, in this situation.
But it is quite strange. The jurors are chosen at random from London's 6 million inhabitants, you know?
How are they getting the same people? I've been led to believe, but something tells me I'm being duped. Very well, now, Lord Van Zeeks. Random your left foot. Yeah, I don't believe it. Court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case. As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. Victim, Mr. Pop Windebank, proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, shot from behind and died instantly. Prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene. As the court will observe, there's a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. The evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near-instant death. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. The report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. And what's that supposed to tell us? It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone like the accused, you might say.
Oh!
The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord.
Indeed. Court accepts. Hand them to the bailiff, please. Autopsy report has been added. A report prepared by Scotland Yard coroner that confirms instant death due to a single bullet wound from the back. There are no other signs of trauma. Photograph of the victim found murdered in the storeroom shows the single bullet wound in the man's back. Now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment where the incident occurred. The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him. A windowless room with a single point of entry. Door to the main shop that was found locked. This sealed chamber where only 2 persons present. Victim, Mr. Windibank, and the accused. Are those powder buns on the shirt? Burns? Oh, let's go see. Let me take a look. Let's take a look-see. I mean, possible. Could be. Autopsy report. Coroner Dr. Stevens. Details of victim. Name, Pop Windibank, male, occupation, pawnbroker on Baker Street. Time of death, 16th of April, 1 to 1:30 a.m. Reporting party, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Hey, that's us. Steel chamber, not this type of case again. I mean, it's always a locked room situation. You still remember spinning from the Ninetales Fox case? We've had, like, a shit ton of locked room situations here. So, we've had... There was the ship. There was the omnibus. And now there's this one. This game just loved locked room scenarios. Post-mortem findings. Single bullet wound in the upper half of victim's back. No other visible signs of trauma. Autopsy findings. Instant death from a posterior anterior I don't know. Word. Bullet wound to the heart. The bullet entered the body from the back on a gently rising diagonal trajectory. May further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet. Are ballistics a thing yet? Because we did in fact find 2 bullets in the store from that day. So do we have ballistics yet? Is that a thing we can test for and check?
Well, that then, isn't it? Nothing more to say.
Isn't that grubby little girl a pickpocket anyway?
She's one of those filthy drabs that lives in the slums in the East End. Oh, well, it was only a matter of time before she got blood on her hands. What are the jurors waiting for?
The girl's guilty as hell. Objection! We can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive. There's the wine. My learned Nipponese friend, it is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. The prosecution has barely begun presenting the case. Conveniently, appalling act of murder not go unobserved for witnesses. Good gracious! What do you mean witnesses? Was it the people ransacking the place? After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pickpurse or cold-hearted killer. Here's to establishing the truth. Court will take the floor plan and firearm into evidence. Hand them to the bailiff, please, Lord Van Zeeks. At once, my lord. A plan of Windibank's pawnbrokery, the scene of the crime. It shows the relative positions of the main shop and the rear storeroom. A gun belonging to the victim, Mr. Windibank, that Gina was holding when she was found unconscious. There are signs of a single discharge. This isn't good.
Feels like the mood in here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Bruno.
I think that's because it has. Let us begin. Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Windibank on 16th April of this year. Those are some shifty-ass looking people. Does he normally throw off his cloak at the beginning? I guess so. Who the hell? I don't know. I don't know, man. Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court. God. Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is, baddie. Professional baddie. Name's Wrinkle Skulkin. Occupation's, same as in. Y.S. Gregson, Scotland Yard Inspector. That's right. We're what they call. Dude, what the fuck? How are you part of this, Gregson? How? Why are you here? Why are you involved with this? The three Skulkin brothers. Dude! Shit, sorry. Hit my XLR thing. I'm sorry. Explains how he snuck into the yard so easily. Oh. Bro. Oh shit. Hold up. I hope I didn't mess up my sound. What are you looking at me like that for? Don't let me in with you lot. There it goes. There it goes. I hear it again. I couldn't hear it. I was like, wait, where's my sound? Ah. Oh, blimey, that's cold. Don't you know what we're going through? It's all above. Those contact with him we have. But we're scouring every shady corner of the capital. Then last night we come across you. Very spit on the bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo? Yes, Nash he is. Very spit of him. So we decided there and then what we was gonna do. What we was gonna call ya. This dude's a pear and this dude's an apple. Big bro Skulky. Come on then, leave it out, you two. Sulky Skulkin? And that's before he runs out of chips. And then Inspector Sulky Gregson. Begging your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias. What I would like to know, Inspector, is what you are doing. Sorry. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. What you are doing in the witness stand? Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord. Suspicion of theft. Thieves, are they, these three? No, my lord, begging your pardon, but please don't lump me in with this lot. He's there to keep an eye on them. 2 nights ago, these two brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle. In the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime.
By Jove, you mean to say? What an extraordinary coincidence! Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed its proprietor's murder. Or the short stack here did it. And, you know, they're just trying to blame it on the girl so that they don't have to go to prison for murder. Order! Order! The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceedings, though they will naturally face trial in the very near future. With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain in the stand to keep these gents on the straight and narrow. Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question and what exactly saw.
Happy to. Or the Skulkin's never skulkin'.
Or Greg said he's just like, oh my god, leave me the fuck alone. Get out of it. Illegal entry.
We was walking down Baker Street in the small hours and the gas door was ajar, see?
Wait, was that the right voice? That seems wrong. I don't know, we'll figure it out.
It was like some kind of sign. Big for us to go in, was. But once we got inside, oh blimey lummy, we heard a gunshot from the back room. We went to see what was what. The door was locked from the inside. Never done nothing, governor. Never took nothing. We just left after that nice and quiet.
No, you didn't. You shot Herlock. Also, my camera crashed. Give me a hot second. There we go. I'm back. Anyway, you did not leave quietly. Y'all shot Herlock. That's why he was in the hospital. What the fuck, man? I saw it. We were the witness to that. A terrible coincidence, it would seem. At the precise moment these miscreants entered into the property, an even more sinister crime was afoot. The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene, every detail. What about my witness testimony? Because they didn't just fucking leave, they shot somebody. The door providing access to the storeroom for the main shop was indeed locked from the inside. Within, only the victim and the accused were found. I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. Still, the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now. Of course, counsel, if you please. Counsel? Yes. Hi. Hello, it is I, counsel.
What's the matter, Runo?
Sorry, I was just stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by the pair on the stand. I know that it's all nonsense because I saw it with my own eyes. I'll just have to expose their testimony for the pack of lies it is. Oops. Oh, I wanted to press that. I hit the wrong button. Give me a second. Hold it! The front door of Windibanks was ajar, you say? What time of night was this?
Must have been about 1, right, Ringo? No, I'd say so. Right, Skulky? Sulky?
How would I know? The place would have been shut at 1 in the morning, just like every other shop is in town.
Well, it was pitch black inside, it's true. And that's right, Ringo. I'm not so sure, Nash. I seem to remember a little light burning inside. What about you, Sirky, me old mucker?
Leave me alone. Poor Gregson. There definitely was a small lamp burning inside, though. That's what alerted us to the situation in the first place. And when these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, already had the muzzle of her gun trained on the unfortunate victim.
Objection!
That is pure conjecture. Ha, perhaps. But it changes nothing. These brothers inadvertently wandered into the middle of a cold-blooded murder. Simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open. Ventured inside.
Right, that's what happened.
Hold it! There was a sign! A sign, they said! What are you trying to suggest? That you had to go in?
Well, God moves in mysterious ways, they say, don't they, Ringo? They do, Nash, they do. They're in some sort of providence, I reckon.
God's will often presents itself as the whim of thieves, does it?
It weren't no whim, I'm dead sure of that. It weren't, Nash, it weren't. Like we said at the time. You don't just find doors open in the middle of the night like that. Ah, there's no two ways about it. There was a sign that our long-lost brother was inside.
If he wasn't, he came to arrest you later. They're not very good liars, are they?
Well, you can't deny it. That is to a bloke what looks just like our bruv.
I said, cut it out. Those chips are getting a chomping today. I heard a gunshot from the back room.
Hold it!
A gunshot, you say? Just the one. Are you sure about that?
Up. Just the one, governor.
I can swear to that.
It was, Nash, it was. Ain't that right, bruv?
Firearm. Hold on, Gregson, give me a sec. Firearm used belonged to the victim himself.
Yes, Mr. Windibank always used to leave his gun lying around on the counter.
Right, I remember that. We examined it. We found the revolver was completely out of rounds.
That makes sense. Mr. Windibank always used to say he only ever kept a single bullet loaded.
That's true. I remember him saying that as well. All we can say with considerable certainty that only a single round was discharged from the firearm used as the murder weapon. Yes, my lord, we can. I should remind the court that the firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused. Wonderful.
They went to go look.
But they couldn't look. See the door between the main shop and the storeroom? My learned friend is having difficulty grasping the situation. Perhaps a drawing would help. Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there's only one other door, that of the storeroom.
Of course, there was only a little oil lamp burning, not much to see by. And the door was hidden behind a curtain and all.
That's right. When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. Tell me, why exactly did you try to open that door?
Eh?
Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I should think.
Oh, well, your turn to rabbit, Ringo. Dash, I suppose you would have to say we ain't normal, eh?
Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or scream. Timid flee, gripped by fear, while the courageous investigate to see if they might help. Gentlemen are the latter inclination. A alerted Nipponese friend, it would seem, is of the former. Alright, somehow I just proved that I was a coward that night. Thank you, counsels. Now, I believe we all understand that the door was locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses.
I never done nothing, he says.
Hold it!
You didn't do or take anything? Is that your story?
Well, it was bedlam soon as, weren't it? It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes out of me Lucy lockets.
So with no time to take your hands out of your pockets, you just left nice and quietly, you say.
That's right, Governor. Haven't we ain't more than violence? Peace-loving nibblers we are, not bludgers. Yeah, Nash, we are. Never even pulled me dukes out of me Lucy lockets.
So you'd clearly like us to believe.
Eh? Come again?
As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night, did you not run into anyone else? And did you not fire a gun at that person? It's alive! They fired a gun, you say? Ah!
Blimey, Governor! You ain't telling us. It was you in the doorway.
It was.
Why the bleeding Nora? Didn't you mention that before?
You were armed with a gun. And as you fled the scene, you fired that gun at London's greatest detective, Herlock Sholmes. Shot the great Mr. Sholmes? I did hear that, actually. There was a rumor he'd been rushed to the hospital.
Great Sholmes? That's beyond the pale.
On the night in question, this pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. Their suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away. And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. Furthermore, the barrel shows signs of having signs of a shot having been fired from it. Oh no, the shock, the horror! The prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers. Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder around the muzzle, as you say, counsel. Court will hold this weapon as evidence. Sulkin Brothers gun. Sorry, Skulkin. Skulkin. There's Sulky, Skulkin, and then there's Skulkin Brother. A lot of Skulkin going on around here. A firearm found in the possession of the Skulkin brothers upon their arrest. There are signs that a single round was fired. Now, my learned Nipponese friend. Yes? Here's to you successfully presenting the evidence. For yes, there are the telltale signs of spent powder on this gun, a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime under scrutiny in this trial.
Objection!
I was there! I don't need evidence! Because I was there!
Objection!
However, the rest of us in the courtroom were not. The defense fails to provide evidence in support of its rash claim. You'll have no choice but to toast your incompetence. Move on. Okay, is the green blood perhaps Herlock's on the calendar, and that's the bullet that went through him, through his shoulder? Perhaps, maybe, we're lucky. Evidence that these two fired that gun before they left Windibanks that night. Court demands that all claims are affirmed with clear proof. What evidence shows that these witnesses unloaded a firearm in the pawnbrokers that night? Yep, let's try this one.
Take that!
The evidence is in this portfolio. What? What on earth have you there, counsel? During the course of our investigation, we discovered a number of bloodstains. Not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do. How arrogantly Nipponese of you. And you're a racist, and also your police was being a lazy little shit, staring at the bloody calendar, not saying anything because it was like, I want to go home soon and wait for the next guy who's coming on shift to take care of this so that I don't have to do shit. And I'm like, that's fucking lazy. Well, anyway, we analyzed all the blood samples we found and recorded the results in this portfolio. And you claim to have evidence that the court is demanding therein? Yep. Yes, my lord. No more dallying then, counsel. Present the pertinent evidence at once. What do you have in your portfolio that proves these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene? That one.
Take that!
What is this? Explain. It's a photographic print taken at Windibank's pawnbrokery on the day of the incident. The scene of the crime, is it? Is that? Bullet hole? If my eyes do not deceive me, it appears the bullet is still lodged there. Yup. Your police perhaps not report something to you? Yes, as your lordship noticed. The bullet pierced Mr. Windibank's calendar. The date shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death. The incident occurred at 1 hour after midnight. But this indicates that a separate shot had been fired sometime after the calendar had been set to the 16th. Yep, that's right. And while it isn't irrefutable, the defense believes this is credible evidence that the witnesses did fire a round from their gun at the pawnbrokers that night. Date mix-ups again? A little bit. Ah! Order! How does the prosecution stand, Lord Van Zeeks? That is the direction my learned friend wishes to take. The prosecution has no objection. What? You do all that work for nothing? You already knew it was there. Oh, and there we go. He just wasted the wine. But you'll forgive me for flinging my hallowed chalice aside in disgust as the repugnancy it exposes. Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery illegally. Like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the street.
Take it easy there, Governor. Gonna land us in the soup. We had a deal. You weren't gonna get into them details. Ellen Sulky, set the bloke straight.
I have nothing to add. Oh, he knew, did he? They just didn't want to say anything because they were covering it up. Make a deal. That's fucking rude. Van Zeeks knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes. It seemed now that I owe my learned Nipponese friend a word of gratitude. What do you mean? What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact. What fact do you refer, Lord Van Zeeks? As has been established, At the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brothers' gun. However, that shot found its target in Mr. Sholmes. And clearly, these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting for the proprietor and victim. Oh yeah, that is problematic for us, isn't it? Ah! Damn it. In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Windibank at all. And that's it.
That's it. We didn't have nothing to do with it. We didn't, Nash. We didn't. That's what I reckon.
Their crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury. Let us not forget, attempted murder. Quite a catalog, eh, fellas?
In for it now, bro.
Now then, let us take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Sir Herlock Sholmes. It would seem the man patronized the pawnbrokers in question somewhat regularly. Yeah, I know, we went there with him. Where's he going with this? Sir Sholmes appears to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery.
Eccentrics, that's who?
Not me. Don't give me that look, I didn't say shit, that was him. Installed a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop.
Oh, that's one of Hurley's red-handed recorders.
What is that, Counsel? That has the appearance of a photographic contraption. It's the surveillance system that's not very good. It is a good precursor, like a good idea, but definitely needs to be upgraded in the future. Your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device. Every half an hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea being that if a thief were to break into the shop, he would be caught red-handed. Prosecution has obtained the photographs taken by the device on the night in question. The court will observe copious identical prints are produced in quite a desultory fashion. He did complain about film cost, yes. Rather prodigal, I feel. In fact, there are 2 such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. If I may refer the court to the plan of the premises, their respective positions are here and here. To say these cameras produce a print every half hour, I'm afraid I fail to see. All that would help if the anticipated thief conducted his activities in one of the many 30-minute intervals. Yeah, we've kind of pointed that out, but one can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. On the night in question, the witnesses currently in the stand were not caught on camera.
That's a bit of fried talk, eh, bro? Lady Luck loves a skulking.
Witnesses, at what time did your trespass begin?
Eh? Must have been just after 1, right, bro? Must have been, Nash. Must have been. Yeah, just gone 1.
In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment, what scene might we expect to see within the shop? Let us examine the evidence. Good lord! Yep, that's not good for Gina. It's the defendant! It's Gina Lestrade! Aw, shit. As the court can clearly see, the accused is pictured gun in hand, facing the victim over the shop counter. No doubt coercing the proprietor to open the door to his storeroom. I mean, I believe that she probably did that. Was she actually gonna shoot him? No, she just wanted to check for the manuscript. Right. One can only too easily imagine the events that unfolded. The court will take this photographic print as evidence, if you please, counsel. A photograph taken automatically by the red-handed recorder showing the scene a short time before the murder took place. Ugh.
I don't believe it. Jenny.
Short. The accused is the only person who could have possibly killed Mr. Windibank. Ah! Shit. I say, my lord. Hoping. Oh, nope, it's him. And if I might put in a word at this point. Go ahead, Mr. Foreman. I got bally bullet to the knee in the Battle of Maiwan, 1880, don't you know? Decorated fort and all that, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, a medal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us on the battlefield. Yes, Mr. Foreman, and what exactly is your point? Hold up. Can I look at the photo? Oh wait, let's look at all our new shit. Hold on. Got a lot to look at. We've looked at this one. This is the floor plans. Gun. Too bad fingerprinting doesn't exist yet. This is Mr. Windibank's gun. The cylinder is completely empty.
Mr. Windibank always used to keep this gun to hand on his shop counter.
Yes, but only ever with a single bullet loaded, I understand.
That's right, to keep all the pawned articles that were in his care safe.
But his one bullet was fired that night, and the poor man lost his life. Protecting his shop, I wonder? Trying to keep the articles safe? Nope. Nothing new. Okay. Other gun. So, there's ammunition still loaded in 5 of this revolver's 6 cylinders.
Yes, which tells us that only a single shot has been fired from it.
Exactly.
Bullet that hit Hurley, in fact, isn't it?
Yeah, it happened almost as soon as we walked in through Windibank's door.
We'll make those brothers pay.
Yeah, this ain't looking too good. Head on the battle after retirement, you see. The battle of daily life, if you like. Here I am now, leading the small squadron. 6 men, all good and true. And we'll all go down together, you mark my words. One for all and all for one. Okay, and? The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached an agreement, have they? Is that what we are to understand? Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct? Man of speaking, yes. That is the Guarded Ebb Squadron's position, sir. Wait, no! It's too soon to make a judgment here. Status report for the court, man. On the double.
His lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions, too.
I think you'll find the truth is as clear as day now. I could reach out and touch it.
I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't. But in all honesty, I can't actually remember.
I don't think he's paying attention to the case.
Situation clear. Stop. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth now undeniable. Stop.
I am very sorry for brothers. They are unlucky.
Very well. I now call upon each member of the jury to state his or her leaning in this matter. Announce your considered verdicts to the court.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Shit.
Guilty.
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 That's us getting fucked right there. That's what that is. Does indeed appear the jury is unanimous in its leaning already. That photograph really fucked us over. It must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned.
But Ginny didn't shoot him.
Of course not. My lord? I just had a thought. What? What if he killed himself? Because Windabank was always like, it is my solemn duty to like protect all the stuff here, and if I fail that, I'm gonna shoot myself. And then what if he actually did it? Oh wait, but he got shot in the back. I don't know. I had a thought because like she clearly like broke into one of the things and looked at it. And like, you know, maybe he didn't take too kindly to that and was like, oh no, I failed in my duty. It could have been wrestled from Ginny. I mean, again, he got shot in the back. That was kind of the problem here. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll see. We'll figure it out. The defense wishes to assert its rights to a summation examination. We're just pulling out this thing, this mechanic, like every damn time. Very well, the court grants permission. So, you refuse to admit defeat again. How unsurprising. We shall proceed immediately with the summation examination. Foreman, are all members of the jury ready? Absolutely, sir. Always ready for action, my chaps. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Judicial findings. The jurors' contentions. Except, I think that is, oops. I think that's what we're gonna call it for the day because a pretty decent place to stop, and it's late. We started a little late today because I was busy doing some chores. Quite the cliffhanger, but we will be resuming this next week, hopefully early in the day, so we can get more of this case done, figure out what is going on, and save our dear girl, our friend, but not our girlfriend, just a friend. And, you know, Iris's BFF. Save her. We will help her out. Heck. Oh, not sure I want to click back to title is what I was trying to do. Save, we'll resave. Yep. And you can send me back to the title so that we have sound. There we go. All right. So we will resume this next week. And then let me see. Hold on. Let me check the calendar. So, all right. I think we've got next week for sure. The week after is iffy. I may end up getting dragged out to go somewhere. I don't know yet. I haven't heard from somebody who was saying that they wanted to do something that weekend. We'll see what happens. I may or may not be here on the 1st. I will most likely also not be here on the 8th, so I guess like July is just kind of spicy for time. And then the 29th, I will also be gone that weekend, actually a few days that week, so I don't think we're gonna have a variety night that week also. But we will still have, you know, streams. Or Kaizo, or anything. But we've got 2 days in July when we'll be doing Ace Attorney, because I'll be here for sure. And then we have next week. We'll get as much done as we can. Been a busy, it's a busy time of year. It's a busy time, but after July, I think we'll be pretty good. and we can just kind of like, you know, keep hammering it out. All right. But for now, hey, thanks y'all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I certainly did. A good time. Let's go over to twitch.tv and see which of our friends are still on streaming. Who is doing stuff? You guys want to watch Genshin Impact? Neoneko's still doing that. We like to raid our friend. All right, let's go raid Neoneko. All right, spam lots of cats in the name of Wagahai. Gotta spam cats at Neoneko, okay? So if you got the Momopog, use the Momopog. If not, I'm pretty sure I put Cat Jam in his BTTV, so you can use that. All right. Thanks all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Ace Attorney is always a really good time. We are on a cliffhanger, but it is a decent stopping point. We'll be resuming this next week. So thank you to all the lurkers, chatters, VoD watchers, everyone that stopped in. I really appreciate all of you who just like peek in on the stream, or if you just like put it on in the background and lurk. I appreciate you all. And VoD watchers who pop in later. Hey, thanks you guys. Thank you to all of you. I hope to see you guys next week. The next scheduled stream is, well, it's not like technically scheduled, but the next time we will be streaming is tomorrow. We've got Raid Night. We are going to be tackling Seat of Sacrifice Extreme Synced. Not min-eye level, I think. I don't know. I'll have to check with them. I don't know if we're, I gotta check with the gang if we want to do min-eye level or not. We're taking a little break from doing the Coils raids and breaking it up with Seat of Sacrifice. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. It'll be fun. It looks like a really fun fight. I'm very excited for it. For now, have a great night. Have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Thank you.